Hi, this is April Kirkwood, author of Big Girls Do Cry, third video of the three-part series of Big Girls Do Cry, my 3-decade affair with none other than Frankie Valli. He's 81 now, he still looks fabulous, sounds fabulous, and yes, I still care for him. So we're talking about the book, we're talking about love and healing and memoirs and why it's important for you to do your inner work, for you to find out if you are self-sabotaging every great relationship that's come into your life since you were 11 or 12, why your first love is still deeply, deeply embedded in your DNA, and what you can do about it. Talk about imprinting and how it affects every relationship. That's where I had my, well, what I would call my little time away from the world. Other people might have called it a slight breakdown. I call it my intimate moments with my teacup Yorkie. This was when I fell in love with a man by the name of Ron. Ron, who could be the twin soul or something damn close of Mr. Valli himself. I'm going to read you an excerpt. Ron is the man who made me wake up from my dream of what my life would have been like with Mr. Valli. He and I must have always been 6 degrees near one another. He was the man about town. He was the celebrity of Youngstown in the 70s, 80s, and 90s. I'll never forget Frankie warning me. We were in Newcastle and we had a conversation. I know, Frankie and I have been through a lot together. He said, you know, you're going to become his wife and you'll be miserable as he continues to cheat with another April, or perhaps many Aprils. Get yourself some nice doctor who is respected. You can't win with guys like him. April, listen to me. Oh, but I can, I thought. I'm with you. I love you, I thought to myself. And now as I write this, I keep picturing myself seeing him again and discussing this little story of mine. I rehearse it over and over and over in my mind as I walk, eat, type, and breathe. I imagine myself dropping over dead like one of those goats that faint when something startles them. He startles me, brings me to life, takes all the air in the room. Shit. I better not see Frankie Valli again. I may just freaking drop over. So I began to replace Frankie with Ron. We met right after his mom passed. By the way, when somebody's parent passed, it should be a no zone for you to date seriously, because anybody in their right mind that loses a parent is usually out of it for at least a year or two. It's kind of like being the holdover girl when they break up or get divorced. Never date somebody when they just got divorced either. Anyhow, this guy took me for a ride like no other. This guy took me down a road of heartache and heartbreak. Finally, down in West Palm, in one of those beautiful homes that Frankie Valli would have owned, I have a total collapse. And I think, what in the heck have I done? I realize now that I needed some healing. Healing that I'm going to talk about now. Healing is not easy if it occurs at all. 1000% of me knows that in my heart it will arrive for each of us when it is the perfect time. But I've also experienced and witnessed as a counselor, a teacher, a parent, that it is a long, arduous transformation. What I'm referring to doesn't usually arrive in one quick kneeling at the altar, though I'm not diminishing the profound effect a spiritual awakening can have in a holy instance, in the quiet space of Spirit's presence. The real stuff inside you and me and so many women and men I have shared this story with and have reached out to me. That moment of self-loathing. That moment of, what do I do now? Yep, it's the real stuff. The multi-generational messages, the early memories, the memories of previous lives that are deeply deeply sewn into our hearts. Yes, sometimes it takes months or even lifetimes to expose, discover, and dissolve within ourselves, freeing us to remember who we are. Who we are? We are perfect. We are safe. We are loved and eternal. That is what I hoped to send to you in this book, in this message. The back of the book has exercises for you. I'm now on the road doing workshops, the logic of illogical love. As I say this prayer, I want you to think about someone who has hurt you deeply. Dear God, I realize and integrate into the deepest parts of you that no one knows how Ron, Mark, Billy, and Frankie have affected me. I want to realize, I'm willing to think that these relationships have come and gone into my life for my highest growth, for everyone concerned. To each of them, I humbly pray. I am grateful for you. I set you free to do whatever you have to do. I love that we have touched and we're in each other's space. Be free, dear God. Be free, Ron. Be free, Mark. Be free, Billy. And most of all, be free, Frankie. Let us all be free. Thank you. You know, the odd thing about healing is that when you forgive someone, you become lighter and freer and forgiving yourself. Please feel free to reach out to me. April, of course, at gmail.com, pr@aprilkirkwood.com. I'd love to come to your church, your place of work. I can do a half-hour presentation or a day presentation. I'm here to share my story, not to make money, not to put Frankie down. God, I love him. Not to hurt my family, but to send the message that love is all there is. Love is worthwhile. Thank you so much for your time. I hope you enjoy the book. I hope I meet you sometime. I hope you find love. And I hope you have healing. Until we meet again, April Kirkwood. Big girls do cry. Thank you.